What's up and welcome to another edition of Dynasty Football Live. I'm Byron. This is my co-host Manny. Today we're going to be bringing you our first ever 32-team NFL mock draft. Get ready. I am so excited about this. I don't have the first pick overall. Manny gets the honors of taking that today. So we're not going to waste any more time. We're getting right into this, and I hope you're ready because this is a very, very exciting time. Manny, where are we going with the first overall pick today?
Well, like you said, my name is Manuel, and we have a lot of intriguing options here. Obviously, quarterback is definitely going to be in the cards for the Panthers. They traded up with the Bears to get a quarterback. We don't know which one yet. A lot of rumors are going around that it's going to be Anthony Richardson, possibly CJ Stroud. Apparently, they're meeting with Bryce Young today at their pro day. So a lot of questions about the, who's going to be taking number one. But I think really after, especially watching his pro day yesterday, CJ Stroud just, I think he's the guy for me. Bryce Young is definitely ridiculous talent, but I think based on his size, I think the Panthers are going to take a little bit less of a risk and take Stroud here. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and take that pick.
All right. I think that's the right pick. I mean, you get the size and you get everything you want out of a quarterback. He's very accurate, and I don't see him missing with that one. Hopefully he's another Justin Fields coming out of Ohio State there, but we'll see how that goes. I get to pick at number 2 overall here. I get to pick for my Texans. I'm very excited about this, and I hope that we make this pick in real life. I don't see how they don't, because at quarterback this year I see it as 1A and 1B. For me, I'm taking my boy Bryce Young. I cannot pass on a talent like his. The poise that this guy presents in the game, being an SEC quarterback, playing at Alabama on the biggest stage in college football, doing what he did. I don't care about the size, baby. Give me Bryce Young all day, every single day. So that's my pick, and I hope it happens in real life.
All right. I think there's definitely a good chance, unless the Panthers surprise us and get Young at number 1, which I guess it wouldn't be that much of a surprise, except for the size factor, which I think that's what's kind of scared me, and that's why I didn't pick him number 1. Although the talent is arguably, you could say he's better than Stroud, but I think Stroud's the safer pick here. But as far as go ahead.
Well, being number 1, you just got. I mean, especially what the Panthers gave up, bro. Like I got to pick someone with the size. I'm sorry, Bryce, but they gave up. Oh my gosh, they gave up so much for that pick. And I don't blame them for going after the guy with the size. So that's really what it is. It boils down to size in this draft, not talent.
Yeah. And even though, obviously based on what you just said, Richardson's definitely still there, at number 1. And I think, arguably the best combine we've ever seen out of a quarterback. But the questions are there with his playing time, not enough of a, polished passer. Definitely a tremendous athlete, but I think, like you said, Stroud's just the safest pick in this draft, and he could end up being the better quarterback. Hopefully, for your sake, Young is the better quarterback, but I think Stroud is the safest pick, number 1 for sure. Now, as far as the Cardinals, maybe before the combine, I think I would have probably said Jalen Carter, no question about it. But based on, all the unknowns and the trouble, alleged trouble with the law recently here, you can't make that pick. And they lost J.J. Watt, so this would be a great replacement for J.J. Watt, even though, J.J. Watt had 12 sacks last year, so he didn't have a bad year. But anyways, Jalen Carter would be my pick here, but with a lot of unknowns. And it's not really a consolation prize because Will Anderson here is, he's a dog. He's arguably the best player in the whole draft. So it's not really a consolation prize. I just think based on their needs, Jalen Carter's, players inside in general in the defensive line are hard to find. And Jalen Carter is definitely a generational talent. So is Will Anderson. But yeah, anyways, that's my reason. And I think the Cardinals can be unhappy rather with Will Anderson as the number 3 overall pick.
Nice. I like that pick. Yeah, can stand that dude up on the outside. You know, he's definitely a game breaker. So would love to see him there with the Birds. So with number 4, I get to go with the rivals here, which, you know, I completely want to mess this pick up. I don't like the Colts, but, you know, with this pick, I don't see how they don't go after quarterback, especially what I've seen so far in free agency. They didn't get anybody besides Minshew. I do like Minshew. I do think Minshew is a great bridge quarterback, but like I said, it's going to be quarterback here, and that guy's going to be Anthony freaking Richardson, the Mr. Olympia of the combine for quarterbacks. I mean, I just can't even get over the fact of what this guy did. He's more of like the guy that's like, you know, he's raw, but he's not. But he was like, you know, what I see is the same stuff they slept on Mahomes with. You know, Mahomes was coming out, but yet Trubisky was like, oh my gosh, like we got to take this guy. But everyone knew it. Like Mahomes just kept rising and rising. And I think by the time this draft actually gets here at the end of next month, I think we may see this guy, Anthony Richardson, at number 1. I think so. I think it's going to be very close. It's definitely a 3-horse race. I don't see Will Levis sneaking into the top, you know, overall pick selection. But for me, this guy's got the arm. He's got the talent. He's a little bit unpolished and a little bit unknown. Kind of like if you look about like if for instance, not the same position, but the same exact situation, same school. Last year, everybody slept on Dameon Pierce. What did he come out and do? Wreck shop in the NFL. Underutilized talent at Florida. And this is what we're looking at. Same thing. SEC quarterback. I mean, I'm all over it, man. I'm going to take him every day, all day. So without a doubt, it's right here. It's Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, not to mention, you know, they were talking a lot of the, you know, the scouts and the draft gurus were talking about how even though, you know, Richardson's not quite there yet as a passer, you know, you watch the film and a lot of the receivers were not getting up. It opened the talent just wasn't there around him. So you can see how maybe he's a little bit more, you know, better passer potentially than he showed in you know, the limited reps that he did get at Florida. So I definitely agree with the pick. You know, maybe he does go number 1, like you said. There's a chance for sure.
Amen. So I see a better Malik Willis here. Like, I mean, am I not right? Got the arm, you know, got the mobility. Hey, I see it happening, man. He didn't really have a go-to receiver at Florida. I'm sorry, Florida Gators fans, but you didn't have a stud last year that like wowed anybody, and this guy was still out there making them look ridiculous. So you give him a guy like Paris Campbell, Pittman, you know, if they drafted you know, another wide receiver in there to I mean, you don't really have to because you have Pierce, but you know, I can see it. I can see them adding more talent there, you know, especially with the only bringing back Paris Campbell for a year. I'm not going to get too into it. Got Jonathan Taylor back there. Imagine that. Imagine him, you know, who are you going to stop? I mean, you got the best running back, all world Jonathan Taylor behind you. You got 3 wide receivers as it is. I still think tight end is questionable there, but you know, we'll see how that goes. Let's go to number 5, man. Who you got?
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to add to it, you know, maybe you didn't mention this, but it's actually extremely important to your comparison. You know, they do have the Eagles offensive coordinator now there, so it could be, you know, Eagles 2.0. Essentially, the line is good, even though it underperformed last year. So I'm not going to keep going, but definitely.
No, that's great, man. That's awesome. No, I definitely see that as a plus addition to their coaching staff for him. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As far as the 5th pick overall, you know, honestly, like I said before, Jalen Carter would, you know, arguably could go number 1 if it wasn't for, well, obviously the Bears trading down and the Panthers need at quarterback. He could have definitely gone number 3 overall with the Cardinals, but with a lot of unanswered questions regarding the legal side of things for him, I think I'm going to take him here. I just don't see him dropping too far down to the draft, even though there's some questions there. He was unstoppable. He was a man amongst boys. So the Seahawks get lucky here with Jalen Carter seemingly having some issues. Legal issues, allegedly, as Pat McAfee says. But
I mean, allegedly and generational talent for me, I'm taking the generational talent all day.
Exactly. I mean, they get a steal here at number 5, so I'm very happy with the pick.
And all this crap,
even though I don't like the Seahawks.
Yeah, all this crap about him falling out of the top 10 ain't gonna happen, bro.
Yeah,
not gonna happen. I don't think so. Yeah. So Jalen Carter, just Vince Wilfork type interior lineman. I think that you can't go wrong. You could possibly put him at end. Great fit there for Seattle. Hopefully they can bring it back to the Legion of Boom days, but I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the up and coming Lions, the Dan Campbell Lions. I love them. Last year. Hard Knocks went so hard. I loved every episode. I mean, this team is on the rise, and they get even bigger with this pick. Mm-hmm. Now, where am I going to go here? I'm going to make a surprise pick, and this dude performed well at the combine. And a lot of people may not like this, but I don't see too much at linebacker from them. I see Malcolm Rodriguez is good, but for me, this guy could be, defensive end or a linebacker. I'm going to go defensive end here. And I don't see how you don't pick Nolan Smith. I'm going Nolan Smith. Did you see that 40 time this dude put up?
Yeah, I mean, it was insane. I was a little afraid. I know he was injured, and it wasn't his lower body. It was I believe it was his pec that he had surgery on or injured. So, it was unbelievable that someone could run that fast at 240 pounds. I mean, ridiculous.
Well, again, played in the SEC, played for that vaunted Georgia defense. Can't go wrong on any of those guys. Their defense for the last 3 years has been unreal. Kind of reminds me of the Hurricanes and the Alabamas back in the day when they went all through their, glorious runs there. But for me, it's Nolan Smith, man. You get him behind a guy like Aiden Hutchinson on the other side. Oh my Lord. You can't get away from that. It ain't happening, dude. So for me, it's Nolan Smith. That's who I like. That's who I'm going to pick there for the Lions.
And I think even more impressive, if they happen to go 3, maybe they go into a pass rush situation, they can move Aiden Hutchinson inside, put Nolan Smith outside. And it just creates so much havoc to have 3 guys that are just strong, fast. I mean, just go get it. It's ridiculous, especially because they hit on that defensive lineman last year too.
Dan Campbell is going to love a guy like Nolan Smith, and that dude's motor is ridiculous.
Yeah. As far as next is the Raiders pick. We could easily go quarterback. I think personally, even though they did get Garoppolo, I think they can still get quarterback. They only have Garoppolo for 3 years, potentially, maybe even 2. He has a lot of injury concerns, so there's a chance that, maybe he doesn't even play the whole season. Who knows? I know a lot of question marks with Garoppolo, so they can definitely go quarterback here. However, the only quarterback, or I guess the next quarterback left are Will Levis, and as much as I like Hendon Hooker, it's a little bit too early for Hendon Hooker, and Will Levis is I'm just not a Will Levis guy. I see the potential. I don't get I guess you can compare him to Josh Allen and all that. I just don't see it. When you play, I realized he didn't have a lot of talent around him with Will Levis, with the Will Levis playing for Kentucky and not a lot of players, but when you play Vanderbilt and you get under 100 yards passing, I mean, that can't happen. So I just can't get him. I can't pick him 7th overall. The guy I am going to get, in my opinion, is probably one of the best pass rushers in this draft. I mean, it's a very deep draft when it comes to, well, maybe not so deep, but, definitely top heavy when it comes to defensive ends. I'm going to get Tyreek Wilson. I think here he's just a physical freak. He's really, really tall. Production is off the charts. Last year, I think he got not last year, but the year before last, he got 15 sacks. This year, I think he may have cracked double digits, but either way, the body of work is there. His talent, his wingspan, everything is just, think of Walker for Jacksonville last year, just a physical freak, not Nolan Smith fast, but he definitely very fast, very tall, very, very wide. It's just I think that's a good pick for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you can't go wrong with defensive in there. I think, he can get after it. Kind of reminds me of Javon Curse from back in the day a little bit. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens there, man. I guess for me here with the Falcons, man, this is a very tough pick. I know they signed Matt Collins. He did good last year for the Raiders, right? Kind of a little breakout season, whatever. Yeah. For me, I would love to see another guy. And this guy reminds me of Julio. He's not as thick as Julio, and he's not like as big of a prospect as Julio Jones was coming out. Give me Quentin Johnson right now. I want that guy. Give me TCU's Quentin Johnson. Line him up on the other side. Okay, now you got your quarterback, right? Desmond Ridder. You got Algier smashing up the middle. You got Cordell Patterson, can spread them out anywhere. You got Pitts at tight end. You got London over there. Give me another skyscraper over there. Give me that 6'4". Who you gonna cover, man? Again, who are you gonna cover in this offense if they add a weapon like that?
I mean, it's mismatches all around. So
all day long, dude. And hey, you can put Matt Collins there in the slot and be happy with that. You can even branch out old, Patterson, man. He ain't done yet. So for me, it's going to be Quentin Johnson there at 8 with the Falcons. And I'm very happy to see him get paired up in the offense like that. They're going to try to bring back the glory days that the Falcons used to be good when they had Vic. So, I like it, man. They made some defensive moves. They got the best safety in free agency and Jesse Bates. They've upgraded, defense through free agency, and I think they go wide receiver here in the draft.
Yeah. No, that's a great pick. I definitely like it. And like you said, just the size they have in that team already, it would be ridiculous. I don't think we'll ever see an offense quite like that if they, hopefully Ritter's the guy who can get them the ball. But I guess it remains to be seen. Maybe they draft a quarterback later in the draft too. That's an option too. But I definitely like the mismatch it creates with all those other weapons. And hopefully they'll throw it a little more this year. Last year, it's a little tough to watch, very run heavy team. Although, they couldn't stop them. So, I mean,
they should have just Ridder. I think Ridder got in there too late. And it was at that point, they were more of a ground and pound team at that time because they lost Pitts. Yeah. And they were relying a lot on London, man. And he was just a rookie. So, I mean, that offense flowed through Patterson, Algier, and ultimately London. So, I know you're happy about that because you got him in our draft. So, but anyways, I guess who you got here with the Bears, man? The Bears.
This is actually, I thought I knew who I was going to get for the Bears here, even though I'm a Packers fan. But part of me is leaning a couple of ways. Justin Fields, even though he did get DJ Moore in that trade, with the Panthers, obviously legit number one. They have Mooney. Mooney's coming back from a tough injury.
Claypool, baby, Claypool. That's my guy.
Claypool's
man.
There.
Everybody's sleeping on Claypool.
I know. He's had a rough go at it. It's just been tough. Not a lot of consistency there. Not all his fault. Now he has a full off season with the new team. Maybe he'll break out this year, or break out again because he kind of broke out already once. But I would. A part of me wants to get him a receiver here, just to give Justin Fields just another weapon. I think that would be elite, especially kind of like what they did with Joe Burrow, and they need a lineman, kind of like the Bears do.
Yeah.
There's a good lineman here sitting right here for him, but they went after Chase. I'm not saying this guy is close to. I mean, he might be. I mean, I don't know. He might be Chase-ish. But anyways, we saw what he ran. He ran a 4.48, I believe, or 4.45 in his pro day. JSN is just, man, I just think him playing again with Justin Fields kind of would be kind of cool. They already have the chemistry there.
Yeah, that's a good pick,
help develop their the passing attack, because they were very good. He was very good running the ball. And as a team, they were good. I just think getting a weapon like him, I hope the Packers get him, but I don't know if he'll drop after the
hopes and dreams, maybe not that far. I don't think so.
I know, but
I've seen dumber stuff happen. Remember when Jay Jettas went all the way down to the Vikings, but I don't think anybody knew what Jay Jettas was at that point, but he let them know for sure.
Exactly, and I think this is just a great pick to help. Just give him another weapon, help him develop as a passer rather than a runner. And I know the need line that they have options in the second round that they got a lot of picks from that Panthers trade. So I just think they have to get more weapons around him. And I think this is the pick. I'm very excited. Well, for them, I guess. I'm a Packers fan, so I'm not that excited. Everyone's loading up in town. The Packers are just cutting everyone. But anyways, I digress. Go ahead. Who do you have for number 10?
So the Eagles, the Super Bowl runner-up, the poor Eagles, man. I had money on them too. I wanted them to win so bad. I think right here, it's a no-brainer, man. You have to keep up with today's offenses in the NFL. You have to have that superstar pretty much at every position on offense. And I think they got out-muscled last year against the Chiefs. I just think, it was a close game. It came down to it. At the end of the day, they lost Miles Sanders. He went to the Panthers. Give me Bijan, dude. Give me the best running back we've seen come out in the past since Najee. Najee was good, right? Najee's that guy. He's that dude. But Bijan is better than Najee. Bijan is Saquon-esque. He is Adrian Peterson-esque. Give me the best running back we've seen in 5 years. Okay, I'm taking him here to pair with Devontae Smith, with my boy over there, AJ Brown. Then you got, what I think is one of the, easily 1A and 1B at quarterback, and Jalen Hurts, Mr. Do It All. You can't stop all this, man. You cannot stop it. I'm sorry, but Rashad Penny was brought in to be a compliment to whoever they drafted running back this year. Now, there are other options out there right now. Eckler wants a trade. I wouldn't mind seeing him go there. Also, Zeke has pinned the Eagles as one of his landing spots to go play for. So if they sign a Zeke on the cheap, maybe a comeback player of the year type contract, I can see them skipping out on Bijan. But for now, for me, Bijan ain't getting out of the top 10. Give me Bijan Robinson all day.
Well, I think that they have the luxury to take that running back, especially because they have him on the cheap for 5 years that they draft him this early. And they don't have a lot of holes to plug in. They're loaded. So I think this is a luxury they can take. Not to mention they have another pick in the first round. So this is amazing. This is the best pick for me right now in the draft. So
Louis Vuitton bag, baby. Give me the Louis Vuitton bag all day. Yeah, dude's gonna do wonders in that offense. I'm telling you, and he is above and beyond what Miles Sanders could ever dream of being as a running back. Even though he had a great year last year. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking him. For me, he was a comeback running back of the year last year. Him and Williams, Jamal Williams. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The TDs he put up. But anyways, who you got next, man? Who are the Tennessee Titans taking?
I can go a lot of different ways. I was thinking end or tackle are probably the positions I'm looking at. They did let go or release Taylor Wan. Maybe they resign him on the cheap. I don't know. Maybe it was a kind of a cap situation, cap casualty. Maybe he comes back kind of like Slay did with the Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening though, but it'd be great if it did. I think he has a lot of talent, a lot left in the tank. But if they don't do that, I think the most important thing, especially for a run team, is the line. They're a run first team. Obviously, they need someone to pair with Burks too. I think it's a little bit too early to get another receiver here. So I'm going to go with Peter Skoronski as a Taylor Lewan replacement. And if they re-sign him at a cheaper, veteran deal, maybe Skoronski moves to the right tackle or maybe even guard. I don't know. I just think that's the way to go. They run the ball too much, not to get alignment.
Got to keep King Henry happy, right? Even though he may want out, you got to keep that guy happy, right? Mm-hmm. So great pick. Love the investment in the tackles. That's where it starts, man, in the trenches on the franchises. So with me, I don't have a problem with that pick. I think they replace the inevitable at left tackle there. So so for me, I get to pick again for my Houston Texans, the Miko Ryans led Houston Texans, and I think he goes after defense here. I think he gets his guy. I think he loves this guy, and I'm taking Lucas Van Ness, and I'm putting him on the other side of Jonathan Grenard, and I'm sending two of them at you at the same time. Same deal with the Aiden Hutchinson pick that we had earlier about, putting Nolan Smith behind him. I think Grenard has that motor. So does Lucas Van Ness. Kind of reminds me, man, hopefully he wears 99, baby, because I love seeing I miss JJ over there. So I'm taking the Iowa guy, man. I like him. I think that he's going to be another one on the rise come draft time. Kind of reminds me maybe like a little bit better George Karlaftis from last year. Everybody was real high on him. I like big motor guys. I love guys like that. Maybe like a poor man's Nick Bosa, so we'll see what happens. Nobody knew who JJ Watt was, but when he got to the NFL, he let him know. And I think Lucas Van Ness is going to let him know. So who do you have, or do you have anything else on Lucas here?
No, I think that's a great pick. I think it's just a matter of seeing what he does with more chances. At Iowa, he was more of a situational pass rusher, but arguably one of the best players in Iowa when he was on the field. So I think it's a great pick, and he did well in the combine. So I think it's a no-brainer here. The Texans need kind of to build some identity on the defense. They did that last year, even though D'Amico Ryans wasn't there. So I think this is a good pick. Very exciting. Got to put pressure on the quarterback. That's that's very important.
They don't have too many of those guys down there in Houston. They did have a great free agency, by the way, though. They've been adding some dogs there. So who you got here with the Jets, man?
As a Packers fan, I hope they don't have this pick. We'll see. It's not looking good right now. They're playing a game of chicken over here.
You want to pick for the Packers? I'll let you pick for the Packers. Let's do it. Let's pick for the Packers, baby. Because it's coming, and this pick is out the door. I already know. They're already talking to OBJ right now. Hey, OB. Hey, get over here. Rodgers is on his way. We already got the other guy he requested. Get over here now. We're giving you this pick. Let's just make this the Packers pick. Let's do it right now.
The Packers pick.
Who do the Packers take? Here at Dynasty Football Live, we bring it to you how we see it and how the inevitable is going to be. I think no matter how you look at it, Rodgers is going to the Jets. So this right here is not the Jets pick. This is the Packers pick. Surprise. Who you taking?
Well, if we're going to do that, I might as well. I mean, this hurts right now doing this. It hurts.
Oh man, he's creating the trade. Oh my God. This has got to hurt the. Do I see tears falling over there right now? And I think a 1 is falling out of this eye and a 2 is falling out of this eye. And that, that is just, I like Aaron Rodgers, man, but the guy's a prima donna, man, and all the big.
Let's give him a 1, 2, and a 5. Even though I want more, I'm not going to be greedy.
All right, our first trade in the draft, and it benefits you so well here. Who are you going to sneak in there and take? Now this is where it gets for real. And this is the kind of information that we bring you before it happens here at Dynasty Football Live. And this is why you are going to get above and beyond with us more than you will anyone else here. So who do you got? Who are the Packers? Who are your Packers going to take? And this is exciting to me because, you know, as fans, as all fans, that you love picking for your own team here. So who you got, Manny?
You know, this is I wasn't planning on this. I'm a little kind of threw me off a little bit.
I love it. I love it.
You know, I would have loved to draft JSN. Obviously, he's gone. I made the decision to draft him, give him to the Bears, which is killing me right now because it would be amazing if I could have. if I would have known, I would have just saved him. No, I'm just kidding. I think.
You don't want to give Will a shot, or are you okay with Love? I think Love's good, right? Love's all right.
That's such a touchy subject. I hope he does well. I have no hate on Love. I think, you know, he's handled everything that's been thrown at him very well. I just think, you know, the Packers GM Goody, and he made the wrong decision, regardless of what, you know, he thought of Aaron Rodgers' play. He should not have picked Love and number 1 pick. He should have moved up to get him. He should have drafted a weapon. We were just in the NFC Championship game. We should have gotten more weapons either through free agency or the draft. We shouldn't have drafted a player that didn't play in 3 years or 4 years. So, you know, no hate on Love, is just that's a fact. We should have gone for it with Rodgers at quarterback, and we didn't. We didn't go for it once.
So you went defense and wide receiver last year, right?
So yeah.
You obviously have great running backs. There's an amazing tight end on the board still. There's, you know, I can't see them trading away Rodgers and not making a flashy pick with this. You are going to have to bring the heat right here, right now. We're all waiting. Who are your Packers taking? Who is the piece of the puzzle that they get from the Rodgers deal? Blow me away right now, because I am ready to see this. I am ready to see what the Packers replace Rodgers with.
Well, this is not – I don't know if I'm going to blow you away. It's not very sexy. But I really, really feel like –
you know the Packers more than anyone here on this channel because, you know.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I think the pick here is Brian Branch. He can play safe. We need safety help. Our secondary was, I mean, aside from Jerry Alexander, our corners are good. Our safeties are questionable. We don't have Amos anymore, at least right now. I don't know if they'll bring him back. Brian Branch. I'm sorry.
Versatile.
Exactly.
Very versatile. I love the pick. I think it's great.
I mean, played at Alabama. When was the last time you saw an Alabama safety not ball out in the NFL? I can't even remember. He plays the slot. He plays safety. We need help. I guess it could be considered sexy. I don't know. Coverage-wise, he's a beast. Not afraid to hit. I love this guy. I hope they get him. I would have loved to get a receiver, but obviously I think we need Branch more, and it's just the value pick right here. We have to go with best available. That's what we're getting. And number 13.
Do it. Hey.
I hope it happens.
Hey, I like the pick. I think it's sexy. Hey, man, I think he could be one of the. I think he's the top defensive back in this draft. That's what I think. I think he's the top defensive back because you can play him anywhere. So, with that being said, going over here with I got to think how Bill Belichick thinks real quick, man. Because
dude, get a kicker.
You never know, man. I might as well take a guy from Chattanooga like they did last year, you know. So,
he balled out, dude.
You never know. Hey,
even though he was small, he balled out. Just saying.
It's going to be Paris Johnson Jr. for me. They need a tackle. You need to keep Mac Jones up. He doesn't have that much mobility. He's sneaky, you know. Whatever. Give me Paris Johnson here. I think that he's the best available tackle at this point. Could possibly be in the running for the best tackle in the whole draft. They lost Shaq Mason to the Texans, offensive lineman. They're going to be able to they're going to have to start upgrading that offensive line because Harris, their running back, left for the Bills. Not Singletary. Harris left, and Shaq Mason's gone. They lost Jacoby Myers. They're all over the place with holes, but the biggest one you want to upgrade, like we said, it all starts in the trenches. Give me the tackle, especially at this point in the draft. So I'm taking Paris Johnson Jr. here.
Okay. Well, here we go. Packers again.
Oh, man. This is amazing, man. I am so happy for you. Dude, look who's still there. Look who's still there. I don't know how it's going to go. Now, okay, do you like Dalton Kincaid? Do you like Meyer as tight end? Or do you like, Zay Flowers? The picks are endless here. You can go, you got cornerbacks galore on the board. I mean, it's just wow.
Yeah, I can do everything here, anything I want, really.
I will tell you this. I have not seen them have a tight end at this damn franchise since Shannon Sharp.
Well, no, Finley, but he got hurt, unfortunately.
Well, let's be real. It's not Shannon Sharp, his brother, the other Sharp. I forgot it.
But he was a wide receiver, though.
Yeah. I thought he played tight end for some reason. My bad. Well, then in that case, I've never seen this damn franchise ever have a tight end. Tanyan is not that dude. He moved on to the Bears. I don't know, man. I'm not making the pick for you, but I feel like they're set at wide receiver. You got your quarterback.
Well, I think they can get a receiver later on.
I've heard a lot of people say that Dalton Kincaid could possibly be the next Travis Kelce, but then again, They said that about Trey McBride last year. So I don't know.
Yeah, this might seem a little crazy. Okay, it might seem a little crazy, but I am going tight end. But I'm not going with any of the tight ends that apparently Pro Football Focus has as their top tight ends.
Wow.
Even though it is a very deep tight end class. I love this guy. I loved him since high school. I was hoping he almost went to Tennessee. Didn't go. I'm a Tennessee fan, by the way.
Oh, man, I like this guy, though. Oh, my gosh.
I'm getting Darnell Washington.
Wow. I like him. Man, just a massive tight end, dude.
He can block. He can catch. He can run after the catch. He's a matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
I just love that pick. I know he's not ranked as high as the other guys, but, losing potentially, because we don't know yet, if, Lewis is going to, or not Lewis. What's his name? Oh, my gosh. Are we going to go back to this?
Who are you talking about?
Mercedes Lewis. I don't know if Mercedes Lewis.
We don't know who the hell played tight end for the fucking Green Bay Packers.
Dude,
they're terrible.
He played. He just didn't play a lot. But anyways, we're losing potentially Mercedes Lewis, probably to the Jets, I guess. Depending on this trade. Amazing blocker. Daryl Washington answers that. Tanyan was good that 1 year. Obviously hurt his knee and then wasn't quite the same after that. We'll see what happens there. I just think he's the best of both of them. He's basically both of them combined as a passer, as a blocker, as everything. We like to run the ball. This is another lineman, basically. We're picking a lineman tight end. So love this pick. Sorry I went on a rant. 2 Packers picks in a row. I got a little excited.
Hey, we got to give it to you, man. It's your team. They just traded away one of the best quarterbacks they've ever had, besides Bart Starr. So,
for the record, I'm still holding out for hope that Rodgers comes back for one last ride, but it's not going to happen. But you can still dream. All right, go ahead.
It's not looking good. But anyways, hey man, look who fell to Washington here. Give me Will Levis without hesitation. I don't think Sam Howell's the guy. I think if this guy is even close to this pick, they are freaking. The pick is already in before the other pick is up there. So Will Levis is my guy here. He's going to have Jahan Dotson. He's going to have Terry McLaurin. He's going to have, one stud running back. I like Brian Robinson Jr. I think he's good. Don't see any other way they could go here. If Will Levis is there, they're going to take him, and that's the pick. That is going to be my pick for the Washington Commanders.
Well, that's a good pick. It's a good value there. I think with his talent or potential rather, he should definitely go in the first round. I just didn't see him going top 5. Like, that's just ridiculous. But anyway.
No, I don't. I think this is a perfect Mac Jones-esque landing spot for him. I never was high on Mac Jones. I think he's okay. I still don't think he should be what they think he is. I'm sorry. I'm just not a Mac Jones fan, but this guy.
Hey, in his defense, he had Matt Patricia.
I got
as a coordinator last year.
I can't get over the pick with his shirt off though. Like the amount of weight that guy had on him. He was almost hefty lefty size. Oh, Jared Lorenzo. But dude. So Washington is super happy to get this pick in. So Will Levis is my guy.
And maybe they might have a new owner by the time this pick is made in real life. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, Dan Snyder, he's got to get out of there. So
he does.
Who do you have for the Steelers?
This is tricky. Part of me wants to go corner. I mean, we haven't taken a corner the whole draft. The top corner, I think it's 1A and 1B with Witherspoon and Gonzalez. Obviously, they lost Cam Sutton. They got Peterson, but Peterson's obviously on his way out, even though he kind of finished the season very, very strong, or had a strong season, rather. They definitely need some help at line. Najee, if they want to, get Pickett to be, obviously protect Pickett, as well as be able to run the ball with Najee Harris a little bit better than they did last year. Struggling. You know what? I'm going to go.
Go get his son, man. Go get Joey Porter Jr.'s son, man.
No.
God damn.
I know it makes sense. I'm not going to do it.
Gosh, dude, I want to see that guy play for his dad's team. I love father-son tandems that get drafted by the same franchise.
I'm going to go Broderick Jones.
Okay.
Georgia.
Nice.
Great run blocker, very athletic. I just think, they need line help, and this is the guy. This is the guy they need. So I know you wanted Porter. They kind of need Porter, but you got to agree they need to run the ball. They need to protect Pickett. There's not that many, arguably, first round talent linemen left, that many. So before there's a run, they still, everyone's there at corner. Maybe they can get him in the second round. We'll see. But anyways, go ahead. Who do you have for the Lions here?
I'm gonna beef up a position that I haven't seen them have ever. It's like the Packers. I'm gonna go tight end here. I'm gonna say Michael Mayer. That's my guy. That's who I want here. And he's not rated very high here, but obviously he is, for me, the best tight end prospect in this draft coming out of Notre Dame. I'm not going to roll the dice on Dalton Kincaid. I don't like, I go after big school guys, and, Utah was good last year. They had a very high ranked offense,
Well, technically Utah is a big school now.
They are now, but I'm going after, give me that pedigree, pedigree. These guys,
Notre Dame's, they're birthing tight ends over there. Every tight end that comes out of there is a baller. So I get you.
Ertz. So I'm taking a position. So now you have Goff, you have Jameson Williams, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Give me the tight end that you're missing out of this offense to spread the field out, and Michael Mayer. So that's who I want.
All right. Bucks, man, they have a lot kind of questions. A lot of questions for the Bucks. No Tom Brady. I think it's for real this time. Their offense kind of sputtered a little bit last year. Their line was kind of hurt. I'm gonna have to go with line here, and I'm gonna go with Anton Harrison from Oklahoma.
That's good too. I like him.
Not a sexy pick, but they need line. You can always use line.
Yeah.
They need to protect potentially, or either a free agent quarterback, which I don't even know who. Well, no, did Mayfield sign with them?
Mayfield signed with them. Yes.
Okay, so you need to protect Mayfield. potentially
Trask.
Trask.
I mean, Trask, Mayfield, it could go either
Trask
way.
may beat him out. Who knows? But anyways, they got to protect the quarterback.
Yeah.
End of the story.
All right.
So, yeah, that's the pick for me.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I don't have anything to add there. I like offensive linemen. I think he's a big one to get in there and bulldoze. It'd be great to add opposite of Tristan Wirfs.
Mm-hmm.
So this pick, man, I'm gonna have to go. Oh man, it's so hard, man. And I know seeing the value here. What they got in Wooten at cornerback. Give me Devin Witherspoon here, man. I can't. He's ranked number 7th in all of the prospects. I gotta go with best available here, and they can't miss on a guy like him. So for me, Devin Witherspoon is going to be the cornerback for the new Legion of Boom that we're building over there. They got Jalen Carter. Now they got one of the best cornerbacks in all of the draft. So I'll take him there.
I mean, I hate to say it as a Packer fan because I'm not a huge fan of the Seahawks. Although there's more Russell Wilson Seahawks that I have an issue with, but that's going to be a crazy defense if this happens. Very exciting to watch. It's going to be interesting.
Well, they still got Jamal Adams back there too. So you had a guy back there on the back end with Wooten
and Diggs too.
Yeah.
He's getting up there in age now, but he's a baller.
If you think about it, when they had Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman and all them dudes, what did they do? They went to the Super Bowl. So give me the corner back there. So
no, it's a great pick. It's a great value too. I mean, great value. Let's see. I think for the Chargers, I think they need a receiver. I think they need someone to sort of be mentored a little bit. Maybe not, directly mentored, but just someone to grow up with someone like
I think they have 2 solid ones right now with Palmer and Palmer, Mike Williams, and they still have Keenan Allen there. So
I know, but I think Keenan Allen's getting up there. Williams had injury issues. I think they could use another guy that kind of, put into the rotation. I mean, they have Herbert. You can never have too many receivers, especially with that. When they're going to be throwing a lot. Yeah, and they're giving up on Eckler, so they're not going to be running the ball much unless they give it to Spiller or draft a running back. So well, actually, let's imagine they trade Eckler away. Yeah. Let's imagine they trade Eckler away. Why not get Jahmyr Gibbs here?
Oh, wow. Surprised me. Totally surprised me out there. I love that pick.
I don't think they'll get a first rounder, so it's not going to affect this mock draft. They'll probably get like a second and a third maybe or something.
And I don't think Isaiah Spiller's that dude. He couldn't even get past Josh Kelly last year on the depth chart. Not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. So Jahmyr Gibbs, wow.
I mean, can you imagine replacing Eckler with? I mean, it's
I love it, dude.
Dude, actually, it's very. I mean, not many people say this, just because Eckler's a dog, but Eckler, to me, Gibbs comp is Eckler.
Yeah, absolutely.
A bigger Eckler. I think it's a perfect match. Basically, replacing a guy with. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I agree. All right, let's go to the dude. Ozzie Newsome does the best. He's the best general manager I've ever seen in my life. He drafts.
He retired last year though.
I know, but I gotta keep that
energy.
I gotta keep that energy going with what they need here. Give me Christian Gonzalez, bro, all day, every day. They need that big.
Him and Humphrey.
They need that big, long shutdown corner over there, dude. Give me this guy. I love this dude. And
1-2 punch with Humphreys there is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Great value, too. Great value.
Yeah, amazing value. Can't go wrong with cornerbacks. Normally, guys like these, if They could go way up higher in this draft as far as like in the top 15. For me, sitting here, a guy like him sitting at 22, dude, it's hard to pass up on that. So, yeah. Christian Gonzalez, man.
It looks like we have a run on corners here. Obviously, the Vikings lost Peterson last year. We have, like I said, a run in corners. Not a lot of the top guys left. I kind of wanted to go a receiver just because they lost Thielen recently. Mm-hmm. But they can get the guy in the second round or third round. So not going to rush it. There's too much talent here. I'm going to go Joey Porter Jr. for the Vikings here.
Joey Porter Jr. That is one of my favorite corners in this whole draft, dude. I love it. Really, really, really like it. Okay, so for me, here. Now this guy's rising. Everyone thinks he's a second round pick. I don't. I think he's Tyler Linbaum-esque, and you have to protect your investment in Trevor Lawrence. If this guy gets on this offensive line, it's amazing. Give me the center. Okay. I want the center from Minnesota. John Michael Schmitz. Okay. Give me the center. He's a very, very underrated center in this draft. I think he's the best center in this draft. I'm taking him like he's a surprise pick for me. I think he's going to rise up. I think that he's my guy to get it, to get it to Trevor, man. You got to give your Mr. Everything, like Peyton Manning, man. He had Jeff Saturday, right? Yeah. You got to give him a guy he can trust as the anchor of that offense. And I feel like this guy is very underrated. So I'm taking John Michael Smith.
Hey, time will dude, I can't wait for the draft and see it. What if this guy goes in the first? You called it right here. I don't know about that, but you called it. You said it first, dude. Let's see. Well, it says here the Giants next need tight end. I don't agree. They have Bellinger and they have Waller now, so that's kind of incorrect here.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think at 24 you can start rolling the dice. I mean, there's really not a center that separates themselves in this draft. To me, for me.
Well, I mean, if that's your need and there's not a lot of separation, then it's not a reach. Then it's not a reach if you're going for need. So
no, it's a big need, and it's the anchor of your offensive line. And I think that he's the best center in this entire draft. So for me at 24, I don't feel like it's that far of a reach for him, especially when this guy could go to the Texans with the second overall pick in the second round because the Texans need a center. So.
Okay. Well, for the Giants, like I was saying, they don't need a tight end. I don't know why it's listed on there. They do need, however, a receiver. They need a receiver.
Man, you got a luxury bag here to pick from.
Even though he was small, and I actually questioned this watching the draft last year when they drafted Richardson. From Kentucky, they drafted Richardson, right? Am I misremembering?
From Kentucky?
Yeah, Kentucky, Richardson. He got hurt last year. Let me see real quick.
No, it's Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah. I knew it was an R. Don't judge me. Anyways, I was questioning the pick because of the size. They already have Shepard. At the time they had Tony, and they got Robinson.
They're just shipping these dudes off. Miss. Yeah. Give me somebody that can hit for the Giants, please. Yeah. So give me someone that can stick with these dudes, man. Missed on Galladay. The only thing they had bright last year, wide receiver, was Isaiah Hodgins. I mean, him and Wan'Dale looked okay, but he was hurt all year.
Yeah. So yeah, I questioned it because of the size. And the top two guys that are left here at this point in the draft definitely are small. So that kind of scares me, but they need to do it. They need to. So I'm going to go with Addison. I know he didn't run as fast as we thought he might run, especially being like 170 something. But when you saw him running, he's just, dude, it was almost like JSN. Extremely effortless, smooth, good hands. He separates, so he doesn't necessarily need to be fast. A lot of guys are super, super fast. They don't know how to use that speed, coming out of breaks and running routes and stuff like that. So I think Addison, even though he's small and wasn't as fast as people thought he might run, I mean, his production was there. And I just think, I mean, I'm not going to say he's a steal, but there's definitely fills a need. And for a while there, he was the number one receiver in the draft. So
a lot of people feel he could still go in the top 20 without a doubt. I feel like I'm with you. I think the size really concerns me. I think he slides a lot more than people think in this draft. For me, I don't care how good you are. I'm not drafting you high in the first round at 175 pounds. I'm not doing that. So
with that said, though, Devontae Smith, he was, obviously ran faster, but he was in the same boat. They thought he was too small. Maybe that's not a thing anymore.
Hey, Devontae had the height.
Well, let's see how tall. I think he's 6 feet, isn't he? He's 5'11". Okay.
He's a little guy, man, for me.
Yeah. Anyways.
173 scares the shit out of me, man. I'm sorry.
Time will tell.
You better put him on some horse feed or something.
I mean, he's already slow. Just put on some weight, and then you got it.
Yeah. So I live here in Dallas. The Cowboys, they got Brandon Cooks recently from the Texans. I think they're set at wide receiver, even though I love Zay Flowers. That would be my pick here if they hadn't gotten Brandon Cooks. But now I think they're set at wide receiver. For me, it's Brian Breesy here. Let's put him on the interior of that defensive line.
Wow. Great pick.
Yeah.
Kind of a steal, too. Kind of a steal.
A super steal at this point in the draft. The Texans could have taken him. I like Lucas a little bit better. Brian Breesy, give him to me. And the Jerry Jones is jumping up and down right now. So
Bills. Man, I'm a little conflicted with the Bills. I don't know what to do. There's a lot of rumors that Hopkins may go to the Bills. Currently, obviously they don't need a receiver, but they get another one.
Yeah,
can't take a receiver here. They don't really need an edge. They do. They almost lost a safety. Man, it's kind of tough. Like they don't have a lot of holes. What I think I would have done, to be honest, is gotten Gibbs. I think I would have gotten Gibbs here. Obviously, I picked him, so I kind of threw a wrench on my own plans, but. I think one of the things that was very, very, noticeable with the Bills, especially in the playoffs and towards the end of the season, once they lost Von Miller, they were just a different defense. Mm-hmm. You can never have too many defensive ends or pass rushers in general. So I think we're going to go with the pass rusher here, and I'm going to go with Myles Murphy here.
Great pick. I like Myles Murphy, man.
I just think their defense was just different. Even though they're losing, I think they're losing a couple of pieces here in the defense. I think losing Von Miller, even though he is going to be back this year, losing Von Miller it changed their defense way, way too much. They need someone else, and I think Myles Murphy's the guy to kind of put either along Von Miller or give Von Miller, maybe some less reps and make him more specialized, even though he was a great asset in the run game as well. I think Myles Murphy's the pick here.
Awesome. I like that pick, man. I like it a lot. I think that makes the richer on defense over there with the Bills. They've had a stellar defense. So, Myles Murphy, I like it. Now, the Bengals, one of my favorite. Oh my God, I love this team, man. I love the Bengals, man. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, what's not to love, man? Joe Mixon. Give me that tight end that they don't have in that offense. Give me that Dalton Kincaid all day. I want me some Dalton Kincaid, Burrow. I own him in our dynasty league, so I want Joey B to have that field stretcher up the middle that we can rely on. I think Dalton Kincaid would go great in that offense.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man. I mean, that they don't have a lot of holes on offense. That's definitely one of them, especially after losing Hurst.
Yeah. So I am very excited to see, like, I want the Bengals to get back to the Super Bowl, man. Gosh, I think they could easily do it again this year.
And they don't have a lot of time either. They don't have a lot of time because, soon they're going to have to pay Burrow, which they will, obviously, no brainer.
They're handing him the key to every part of that city over there. They're not going to let him slip out like they're trying to do with Lamar Jackson. That's just not going to happen.
That's insane. But what I think what more of the problem is, which is where I was going, is the receiver. I don't think they have the money to pay both. Unless they take pay cuts, and I just don't see that happening.
You're paying Chase above and beyond.
Oh, no, absolutely. I'm just saying they're not going to have the same weapons for long because the rookie contracts are going to be updated.
I get you. I see T and Boyd getting out of there. I don't think at this point Zay Flowers is the replacement yet. I think I go for a positional, want more than anything, and I think tight end is a massive one for that offense. So.
Oh no, this is a great pick. I was just saying, I was just adding on to.
I know, but what I was getting at is I was really contemplating Zay Flowers there because I like Zay Flowers a lot. That would be a great replacement. If they wanted to let Boyd or Higgins go to sign some of these players, but
absolutely.
Who are the Saints taking? The Derek Carr Saints, yeah.
Well, they had injuries actually they lost Davenport. They're kind of old. They have a lot of needs. I kind of wanted to get him a tackle. I know they drafted one last year, but he got hurt. But I think one player that kind of shocked and surprised everyone, maybe not people who were watching Pittsburgh play, but one of the people that kind of surprised me, at least, I don't watch Pittsburgh, was I don't even know how to say it. Cansey. I don't know his first. I can't say his first name, but out of Pittsburgh,
Elijah Cansey.
Exactly. I think he ran so fast. Apparently he's like Aaron Donald 2.0. Like he's super strong, even though he's small. He's fast. He actually, I think, ran faster than Donald in the combine.
So he does the same shit that Aaron Donald does with the leverage, because leverage, he's so low to the ground and so strong that he can easily penetrate the line. So that's
look at him. That's basically Aaron Donald clone. So
I like him, but I don't think that there's ever going to be an Aaron Donald clone. I've never seen
Aaron Donald is
I've never seen an interior lineman win 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Never. So
what kind of? He was an interior, but he was
he was an edge. But
I don't know if you call him a defensive end. He was more of a tackle than an end, in my opinion. Even though he played end into 3-4.
No, now he moved to end, but before when he started, he was a tackle. So
But anyways, I like Cansey. I know Aaron Donald's a 1-of-1. I'm not, definitely big shoes to fill. They went to the same, college, so obviously there's a comparison there, size-wise, and the school. But I think this is the pick they need. They lost some defensive linemen. They could go tackle, especially with that injury. But the tackle's supposed to be healthy now, and he was a top pick, so we'll see what happens. But I think Cansey's the guy here. Khalil? I don't even know. Cansey. Anyways, that's the pick here for the Saints.
Okay, right now, I'm about to either make somebody very happy or make somebody very mad, but I really don't care because I'm a man of old moves here, okay?
All right, kicker then.
No, it's not a kicker. It's someone that I really, really like in this draft. Mm-hmm. And boy, watching Jalen Hurts walk off that field, watching his hopes and dreams leave as the confetti rained down on his head. Give me Zay Flowers. Give me Zay Flowers right here. Give me
I
Zay
love
Flowers.
it. I love it.
He's still pissed off. So what do? We come at you with an unstoppable offense. We come at you with more firepower that you have ever seen in your entire life on offense.
I mean, greatest show on turf.
I mean, unreal. I mean, you look across that board. Now you've got Bijan back there. You've got Hurts. You've got Goddard. You've got Devontae Smith. You've got A.J. Brown. And now you add a guy like
a legit number 3. That explosive.
A ridiculous slot receiver here. Give it all day. I mean, we're making luxury picks all day because I would have went corner here, but they did bring back Slay and they still have Bradbury. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So.
But at the same time, they're older. But you know what? You got to go for it, man. That's one thing with Packers. And even though the Eagles have gone for it, I mean, they freaking traded for A.J. Brown, paid dividends out the whatever you want to say. But anyways, they already went for it. Why not go for it again? Bijan Robinson, now Zay Flowers. I mean, they're going for it.
Well, look who's right behind them that needs a wide receiver. And I don't think that if they passed on a Zay Flowers, he would get any further than the Chiefs. Now, there are rumors that the Chiefs want Hopkins. There are rumors that the Chiefs want OBJ. If either one of those go there, that would be the counter move that would be the quick jab, counter punch to this move by Zay Flowers if this happened, before the draft. So Zay Flowers, they get that to match the production that the Chiefs are getting in OBJ or Hopkins. So who are the Super Bowl champs taking here, man? You get the luxury of having the last pick in this draft.
It's kind of tough, man. I think they definitely need another wide receiver, even though they drafted one last year. Actually, they don't need a wide receiver. They have Sky Moore. They got Tony now. They did lose Juju, but, I mean, Sky Moore should be better.
Well, without a doubt, I think they're going after one of these big key free agent wide receivers. I don't see them not bringing one in with a talent like, Mahomes back there. He's going to bring in anybody that under the sun. Now, I did see a report that Hopkins has narrowed down his teams that he wants to go play for, and the Chiefs were not one of them. So, money talks, bullshit walks, Mahomes talks, and people come play with him. So,
yeah. You know what? I just can't do it. Right now, it looks like it's Josh Downs. I just can't do it. What I do think they need, though, I think they need a pass rusher. They lost. What's his name?
Do you not like BJ Ojolari? Have you seen him?
I have seen him. Hey, dude, don't steal my thunder here, dude.
BJ Ojolari is the man. Dude.
Don't steal my thunder, dude. What I was gonna say, they lost Frank Clark. They need someone opposite Karlaftis.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys here. Obviously, we have McDonald. We have Felix Anudike Azuma, which I love saying. That's a fun name to say. BJ Ojolari has obviously his brother. Doesn't his brother play for the Giants?
Do you think they can even fit his last name on the back of his jersey? They're going to have to cut that down with some small font to be able to.
They're going to have to have like 5 font. But anyways, we're not going with him, even though I do like him. He has great production. You can't beat LSU. LSU defense. He was very productive. He has the size. He has the speed. They need someone else opposite Karlaftis. They lost Frank Clark. I think this is the pick right here.
Thank you.
Ojolari.
Man, that's it. Our first ever mock draft. You saw it here today. I think we did great. How do you think we did, Manny?
I feel really good about it. I feel like we had a couple of surprises here and there, but I feel really good about where everyone got picked.
I think what we did was we hit on need for every single team, and we made them instantly better. There were some surprises. There were some people who fell a long way down. There was also some people that we felt were first round talent that other people don't. And that's okay. Cause we want to, here at Dynasty Football Live, we want to be different. We want to make those calls before y'all see them calls. And that's why we do what we do. We want to bring you the information before you know what's coming. Hopefully they're right. Hopefully we don't look, like a bunch of crazy guys, but if we do, it's okay. This is all fun to us. We're not here to be so serious and we want to bring you fun and, how you would talk to your buddies and roll the dice, man. We're not scared to take those chances here. So this is our first ever Dynasty Football, or not Dynasty, NFL mock draft. So Hope you guys enjoyed. Do you have anything else to add, Manny, before we sign off?
Honestly, dude, I think we kicked it out of the ball, or we hit it out of the ballpark. We did a good job. I think one of the most important things about the first round is you have to, obviously, in some cases, take some chances, but you have to go with the best player available if you can, which I think is exactly what we did, like you said. I really like it. I'm excited about it. Obviously, if you made it this far, hopefully you did. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell us what you think about our mock draft, and tell us who your favorite team is, if you agree with our pick for them. Very excited to start this journey with y'all. Hopefully we get some more subscribers and this channel grows, and very excited.
Absolutely.
Very excited about the channel. Very excited about this draft. I think we did a good job, especially we got the Packers in there with a surprise with the trade, which I enjoyed. You got to pick for your favorite team twice.
Yeah, man.
I did too.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on it, so I appreciate you just kind of giving me that push. But
hey, man, you did great, man. I love the picks that you got for your Packers, man. Hopefully they work out. Hopefully
hopefully it happens. Hopefully Rodgers stays.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully Love is the one who goes, and we just draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. And like I said, we'll be coming to you every week with a new episode. Hopefully you guys like this one. And Dynasty Football Live out, baby. See y'all later.
See you later. Have a good one.